You're listening to FAMcast, the For All Manakind podcast, with your hosts, the competitive spirit, Trey Simpson, our own devil's advocate, Tim Weber, and the hopelessly optimistic Trevor Jorgensen. This is FAMcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to FAMcast. This is episode 80. It's kind of hard to believe it's the big 80.
Yeah, we've done 80 of these things. That's wild.
It is pretty crazy. I'm your host Trevor, here with my gracious co-host Trey today.
Hello everybody, how's it going?
I'm all right, man. It's I felt like things were gonna slow down. Like getting to the holidays, like work would slow down. I'd have all this time for all these games and
Right.
like holidays.
Nope.
And I feel like things have just been so busy lately. My brain is always running a mile a minute.
Yeah.
And
sounds about right.
It's wild. It's been very hectic lately. We had the new console launches and all the games that came with that.
Mm-hmm.
We've got, at least at the time of recording this, Cyberpunk comes out tonight. Actually, I was going to say tomorrow,
Yep.
but I guess technically it comes out tonight.
Actually, like what, 2 hours?
Yeah, about 2.5. Yeah.
Let's go, dude.
So all that, getting ready for the holidays, Black Friday, Game Awards, Fam Awards. So there's just been a lot going on. But a big part of that, which is what me and Trey felt like we had a lot to talk about on, was the Shadowlands.
Sir.
We have spent a very large chunk of our time the past 2 weeks in the latest World of Warcraft expansion, Shadowlands. Oh my gosh, man!
It's so good.
It's
so
been
good.
so good.
Best expansion, I think, since like Legion.
And it's best in a very long time. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's easy to say that right when right when the expansion launches, because it's brand new, right? Like
Right.
it's fresh new content. You've got new zones, new abilities, whatever else they had in the expansion, and it's easy to just look through those rose tinted glasses and just be like, wow, this is a great expansion. So I didn't want to say it right off the bat because you're leveling and you kind of do everything for the first time and it feels good, but 2 weeks in, it's feeling like it's gonna be one of those expansions.
It feels pretty good, man.
It feels really good. I'm just there's so much to do, but they've handled it in a way to where it's not as much of a time sink as it used to be. To where like you felt like, okay, I need to log on and I need to play 5 hours a day or I'm gonna fall behind everyone else. But with all these catch-up mechanics that they've implemented, man, it's just very nice for the casual player. I think we kind of fall in between casual and hardcore. We're not casual.
Core,
yeah. Yeah, the casual core group. We're we're raiding. Tonight's actually our first raid night.
Yeah, very excited.
So we got the guild back together. It's like our Avengers moment, man. We've pulled people together from our
on your left.
Yeah, we pulled people together from our 16 years of WoW experience to form a fantastic guild. We've got a lot of great people. Some people we've been playing with for probably 5 years,
4 or 5 years, yeah,
4 or 5, and then others like Mike. Mike's one of the officers along with us, and I've been playing with him since day one. So it's cool to have all these people together. And Cortez, Cortez is a new one. He joined our guild, and he's played WoW for a while, but we got him over, so he'll be raiding with us tonight too. So
got Lenny, aka Moon Boy.
We got Moon Boy in there with us.
Yeah.
And definitely a very solid FAM community member. So that's always nice to see.
Yeah.
It's just a nice Avengers moment, just getting the guild together. But I say that to say, we're casual core to where we still raid 2 nights a week, but at the same time, we're not those people that if you don't show up on time, you're getting kicked out of the guild. Like we like our thing has always been like we know that real life comes first and things happen, so we're a very laid back guild, but we also want to push the content. So we've definitely got a good group of people that understand that. With this expansion, you know, I jumped into it as Stake, my Fury warrior. He was looking a little different than normal, but Fury all the same. And I'll dive into that a little bit later. But Trey, you went into this expansion differently than you ever have before.
Yeah, so this expansion actually, I usually run like a Beastmastery Hunter. I've been playing that character since day one, practically day one. But I decided, I was like, you know what? It's a new expansion. I want to do something new just to switch it up. And I went with a Restoration Shaman, and it's been a lot of fun. Shamans are so fun in this expansion. Oh my gosh. Like, I just wanted to like change it up completely. I was like, you know what? Beastmastery Hunter has pretty much been the same thing since it came out. And it changed a little bit during Legion. I actually like the whole like 2-pet thing. I think that was really fun. Having Hati and whatnot, that was really cool. But I was like, you know what? I think chucking fireballs at people, or throwing earth at people, like it just sounds so much cooler than telling my pet to attack something and I'm just shooting it. But it's been a lot of fun. Just because I can switch between Restoration, which is the healing class, if people don't know that, and then I play also Elemental when I'm doing like Outworld content. So if I'm doing like the Maw, which we'll probably get into later, dungeons, every once in a while I'll do some DPS with Elemental. It's been a lot of fun. I'll probably get into enhancement eventually. I don't have the gear for it. I think I'm more geared for Elemental and Restoration, but it's been a lot of fun. Healing, it's very satisfying, especially when I have my legendary now, which is really cool, which I'm sure we'll get into that too. But it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, I've been really enjoying it. I'll probably get to my Hunter eventually again, but we'll see.
Yeah. It's cool that you went a different route. It's definitely a different experience. And I know for me, I've always done warrior, and it's something that I'm so familiar with, and there's that comfort in just kind of going into what I know, and still being able to explore the new things with it. So I'm glad we kind of went. You went with a different path, and I went with the same, and it's good to see that no matter what you go, I think this expansion has been rewarding for all types of players so far, and it's very alt friendly too.
Very, very, very. I haven't quite gotten to the point to where I can do that Threads of Fate thing, but I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah. So maybe we'll I guess in this, because we just kind of wanted to break down our first 2 weeks. So for those that are WoW players, a lot of this will probably sound familiar to you, but if you've never played and you're interested in playing, now is definitely a good time. So hopefully some of this information might appeal to you. Maybe it makes you pull the trigger and jump in, see what it's like. But there's never been an easier time to jump into WoW, in my opinion. So breaking down just to kind of break down the features on what we've been doing in Shadowlands, I think the first one that comes to mind for me at least is Covenants.
Yeah, definitely.
That's kind of like one of the biggest parts of the expansion. So you've got 4 covenants that basically every player breaks down into. You choose one once you hit max level being level 60 this time around, and they're all cool, man. I have to say they're all cool. One definitely piqued my interest over all the others, and I'm glad it was the best one for my class. But to break them down, you've got the Venthyr, which are they're basically vampires. That's pretty much all you need to know. You've got Maldraxxus, Necrolords, which are like undead. They're crafting very, abominations and
very classic warlike. WoW. Yeah.
Yeah. Very. If you've played Warcraft 3, very much like the undead there. But yeah, very. It's very militant, which is interesting. So they've got a really cool aesthetic, all bones and green, and they were my second choice for sure, just because of the looks alone. Then you've got the Night Fae, which are like nature, woodsy, fairy, all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like when you think of a druid, that's kind of like that's where you automatically go.
Yeah.
They've got a like this really cool blue aesthetic for the Night Fae that I really like. It's very
that
very
whole
pleasing.
zone is very pretty to look at.
It is, absolutely. And the last one being Kyrian, which is like I'll say this first. So the Kyrian, it's very angelic. So we're breaking it down in a class again, very like paladin or priesty.
Very devout.
Yeah, devout, blue angels with wings, very holy. So that's how the four covenants break out, and the lore behind it is when someone dies in Azeroth, or really just in the entire universe of World of Warcraft, they go to the Shadowlands. That's where your soul goes, and ideally, your soul is transferred to one of 5 places. So, if you were very sinful in life, you have to go to Revendreth with the vampires to atone for your sins. If you were like very heroic and just, you're sent to Bastion with the Kyrian. Those are the angelic people. You kind of like you ascend. You kind of basically strip away what you were and just ascend to being these blue angel people. Which is, I don't know, their story's a little odd. Having to like strip away like everything you were in life kind of sucks. Like no thanks. I'll go somewhere else.
Like, I've been playing this game for how long now? I'm not trying to do nothing.
If you were, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not combative, but like if you're militant, like a great leader in like war, like Draka, you're sent to Mount Draxus, or maybe if you're like very strategic, there's some bad people that ended up there in Maldraxxus that are just there because they're strategic. So you go there to lead one of the 5 houses or join one of the 5 houses there, and like I said, it's just broken up into different like clans. 4 houses.
4 houses.
Well, it used to be 5, right? And then the one fell.
Oh, you're talking about Maldraxxus. Okay, sorry. I think you're talking about like total.
Oh, the covenants.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, you're good. The inside Maldraxxus, they have like the House of Ice, House of the Chosen, House of the all these different houses that I don't know by name. But yeah, all the militant people go there, and then Night Fae, like if you were like druidic or like a lot of these deities, like when you think of reincarnation, that's basically what happens there. You go to Ardenweald, they plop your soul in this little watermelon.
Pod.
They water it a little bit
or something like that.
Yeah. And then you come back to life. It's that one's pretty interesting. And then if you were just a fucking shitty person, like
if you were like the worst if you could think of the worst possible human being, they definitely go to the mall. Yeah,
like we're not talking about atoning for your sins. We're talking about like you can't atone for this. You are the worst of the worst. You go straight to the mall. And you're just like you're there to suffer for eternity. So the story behind it is this whole sorting process breaks. They call it the machine of death. So everyone, when they die, just goes straight to the mall now. There's no, dividing people up by sorting, good, bad, nothing.
Just
so
sent to hell.
Yeah, right. And all these innocent people, these poor innocent people are, suffering in the mall, which sucks. So we're there to kind of set things right. And I'm not going to go into all this lore stuff because I know not everyone plays and it would be very confusing and boring. And there's a lot we just straight up don't know yet. There's a lot to still uncover.
That's true.
So the machine of death is broken. We're there to somehow make it right, and then save some of our friends. Whew, that was a lot. Hopefully we didn't lose you. Yeah, there's the covenants are definitely a big part of it. You get so once you choose your covenant at the end, and Trey, maybe I'll kind of pass this over to you because I've been rambling about the covenants. You want to talk about like what goes into like when you choose your covenant, what all that means for you as a player?
Yeah. So pretty much when you hit 60, you get to choose between the 4 different covenants. I chose Necrolord. So for me, and for my class, so each class has its own ability. and each class or each house has their own, like there's the covenant ability, and then there's like the
Covenant
I don't know
class
which,
ability.
yeah, the covenant class ability. So yeah, so for me, I went with Necrolord, so I get a like a bone shield basically, so I can absorb the souls of all these people around me, and the more powerful that person was, the more hardy my shield's going to be. And then for my my class ability, I have it's called Primordial Wave. So for healing, it's anytime well, it's an instant cast of Riptide, which is just like a real simple, easy cast, heal over time for my shaman. And when I use Healing Wave, any person who has Riptide on them gets healed with Healing Wave, which is pretty cool. That's kind of satisfying to play because you pretty much throw Riptide on everybody and then do Healing Wave to heal everybody up. It's really fun to play. Yeah, you pretty much go through that, and then you unlock the mall, which you can do dailies for there. There's Torghast, which is a roguelike dungeon setup, I guess you could say. Yeah. So each wing is they've been kind of unlocking 2 wings. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say before we jump into, because I know Torghast is a big part.
Yeah.
Did you want to mention a renown? Kind of tied into the covenant?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. So renown is pretty much like renown is you get a quest. I think there's a couple quests each week. So right now we're capped at renown 8. But every level of renown, it's kind of like almost like think of it like it's like a battle pass in a way.
It is. It's pretty much a battle pass.
So every rank of renown that you get, you unlock more stuff for your character and for your covenant. So for me being a Necrolord, I was able to unlock a new follower. I was able to unlock like armor pieces, which is really cool. I'm actually about to go get my first piece of PvP gear, which is going to be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else was there with renown?
You can get like mounts.
mounts,
Different cosmetic armor.
Lots of cosmetic armor.
Yeah, titles, pets, separate Hearthstone, which is what you use to like go back to your home base. It has like a custom animation for your covenant. Like Trey said, you get new followers, and all this is capped at you can only do 3 a week. But kind of going back to what we said before, there's like a nice catch-up mechanic. So if you didn't really get to play a whole lot last week, you can still catch up to the max the following week. So if you were 1 behind, you can do 4 the same week that people are doing 3, which again is just very, very player friendly.
It's amazing.
It allows the hardcore people to knock it all out in 1 week, but also allows the casual people to kind of do it at their own pace. And some people, maybe they only play on Saturdays, but they play all day. So, maybe they're able to, knock all that shit out in 1 day. It's just very, very nice to see how player friendly it is. So you unlock a lot with your covenant. It's it's a very big part of your identity. It's going to determine, your armor, your abilities, like Trey said, your mounts. It's as much of your identity as your class is almost. I think even some of the developers said they don't want you to, or when you like join a group, you don't want to be like, oh, I play a Fury Warrior. They want you to say like, oh, I play a Venthyr Fury Warrior. Like it's just another identifier on your play style. And there was a lot of, I think, pushback on the Covenant stuff. With it just being kind of another like everyone's gonna find what the best thing is for their class, and everyone's gonna go do that.
Yeah, and of course. I mean,
I think that's true for
people.
Yeah, for the the people that push for world first and stuff. But I mean, we're talking. Not only are we talking, probably a few percentage between this, but at the end of the day, like, what do you enjoy playing the most?
Right.
You should be playing this because you have fun, not because, oh, well, I have to go this now because it's the best thing to play. If you don't enjoy it, pick something that you enjoy. So I don't know. I think it's just a divided community on, this feels cookie cutter because, I have to pick what's best for me. And then you've got the people that, I really lucked out. I know not everyone is in the same boat, but the best covenant, stat wise for Fury Warrior is Venthyr, the vampire people. And it's the one that I love the look of the most. Like I love their armor, their mounts, their just
Yeah,
entire aesthetic.
I want to say it's the same thing for me with the Necrolord. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing.
Yeah. So it's nice when it does work out. So I guess it's easier for me to say that, oh yeah, stop complaining when, it kind of worked out well for me. But
right.
It's definitely something different that they haven't done before. So I'm excited to see where they take it, because right now Renown caps out at 40. You have a campaign or a Covenant campaign storyline that you go through. So as they do their content patches throughout the next 2 years, excited to see how they add on that. How far are they going to expand out this battle pass system with the Renown?
It seems like it's a lot, because I look at the like the quartermaster for each place, and it's like, oh yeah, you have to unlock like Renown level 100 and something. I'm like, we're gonna be in this for a while. Yeah,
I thought I'll have to go back and look, because last I looked, the Renown only went up to 40.
Yeah, I think unless my eyes deceived me and it was like a bug or something like that. But when I saw it, it was like, you must unlock, Renown level like 150 something to unlock this piece of whatever. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be doing this for a while.
I mean, either way, I'm sure that's not far off from what their plans will be. They have to. If you're getting 3 a week, you're gonna have to add more eventually down the road. Right. I would think. So yeah, that's Covenants, and then like Trey was getting into, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to touch on Renown, but get into Torghast. You were going to kind of explain what that is.
Yeah, so Torghast is pretty much like a randomly generated roguelike dungeon. It is entirely random every time you go in. You only have, depending on your group size, I think it's like you only have like 8 deaths before what's that thing? The Terragru comes to kill you.
Yeah.
You get all these random abilities that kind of like buff other abilities. It's a lot of fun. I'd say it's one of my favorite parts of the expansion. I just think I think they need to give it at least more reason for us to go back in. But I think that's when the challenge mode will come in, right? Am I wrong on that?
So I'm not sure when challenge mode comes in, to be honest. Because like you said, I think there's, they've got all these separate wings, and then they have the challenge mode wing, and I kind of get the wording mixed up, because there's so many different sections to this. So you go into, there's only 2 up a week. You go into Torghast, and you have 2 wings that are up, and then you have to go through layers. Right now there's 6 layers live. And then there's 6 floors within each one of those layers. Like it keeps breaking down further and further. So there's a lot to it. The main reason to run it right now is to craft a legendary item. So you go in there, you get soul ash, and then you can, once you get other things throughout the world that we won't go into detail on, but you craft a legendary. So just a really powerful item. You can only have one of them on. But outside of that, and this is kind of where I'm looking forward to challenge mode, there's not a real reason to run it. Like once you've capped out for the week, because you can only get so much of the soul ash a week. Once you're capped out, there's not really a reason to go back unless you're helping a friend, or there's no other rewards basically.
That's what I'm hoping challenge. Yeah, I'm hoping challenge mode will bring something to it, because I want more reason to play Torghast, because it's so much fun. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, I mean I'll go in there just for just helping people out, because it is so fun. You get all these crazy abilities that just they would never work in the real game because they're so overpowered. But that's what makes them fun in Torghast, is that you become overpowered and the enemies keep getting harder, and you can come up with cool combinations with your teammates that you're running with. It's a blast. So the challenge wing is endless. So it's basically just endless floors. You just run it until you die. So that'll be a little more fun, because there's different rewards as you hit, the different tiers, or different floors, I should say. But yeah, that's Torghast. It's one of the things I've had the most fun with for sure
Yeah.
so far in the expansion. And kind of in relation to Torghast is the mall, which we talked about earlier. You know, it's the place where all the souls are going, not just the people that are, you know, really fucked up. Everyone's going there. And it is a shitty place, man. Like it is rough.
Pretty tough.
It is rough. You can't mount up, so you're walking everywhere on foot. The enemies out there are pretty unforgiving. And on top of all that, they have this. I just keep referring to it as like a GTA style system, to where, you know, if you've played GTA, you know, you do bad things, you get the little stars, like the police stars or whatever, and then they send more and more things after you. That's basically what it is in the mall.
Yep.
So
that's exactly what it is.
The more enemies you kill, the more quests you do, the more your eye of the jailer goes up. So the jailer's the main bad guy, and basically the more his focus is on you, the more things you do. And it starts out, you know, kind of innocent enough. You know, more enemies can see you at rank 1, something like that.
The Soul Seekers, which is basically just like a patrolling unit, which is like latch onto you, and then they'll call in more people to fight you if they're near people. But
yeah.
Do
you remember what rank 2 is?
Rank 2 is the Assassins, or is that 3?
Oh no, rank 2 is the bombardments.
Oh, okay, yeah, the chains, yeah.
Yeah, so you'll get like bombarded, that, you know, things will just fall from the sky and you have to dodge it. And if you get hit, you basically get chained to the ground, which really sucks. You have to you have to click on these 5 little stakes in the ground to break loose. Then it keeps getting tougher because these are all stacking. It doesn't just go away once you hit the next rank either. 3, like Trey said, they send assassins after you. Which they hit like a truck. They hit really hard. Rank 4, you get
the abductors,
these,
right?
Yeah, these harbingers, basically like angels of death is what they look like. They just come and pick you up off the ground and start lifting you up. So if you don't kill them fast enough, even if you do kill it eventually, you're just gonna die from the fall distance unless you have some sort of save. So that's pretty painful. And then at 5. It's time to get the fuck out. Like it's
level 5. It's like you better start hearthing, or you're gonna die. I think you have like a minute to leave or something. Yeah, like that?
It gives you like a minute or so. You get this stacking debuff on you that does more and more damage with each stack, or I think it's reduced healing with each stack actually. But then after that, you start taking shadow damage, just kind of worse and worse. So rank 5, it's you need to go. And even the people that would want to push it to try and stay, they capped it to where you can't even get like reputation or any of the currency out there. Like once you're rank 5, you're done for the day. You have to wait for it to reset.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. I just finished mine today.
Oh damn!
And I hit level 5 while I was out, and then I turned in everything, and I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I've been there. I don't hit it every day, but there are some days that I hit it. I'm like, fuck. It's good though, because it's not something that people can go out and farm and make you feel like you're falling behind. Because I know people would be out there farming all day long if they could, and then it'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so far behind everyone else. So it's just another good way that they're kind of keeping I don't know, just keeping a good flow on everything. So what we've got: Covenants, Torghast, the Maw. And the big one tonight with the raids, man.
Yeah, raids start tonight.
It's I don't know why I decided to do this. Like I'm so introverted. I'm surprised I even do a podcast sometimes. It's I'm going to be leading the raid tonight, so you know I've had to do some research and read up on the fights, and you know, ideally everyone also does the research and we all go in it with the same knowledge. But I know that that's not going to be the case. Not everyone has the time, or some people just don't care. They just want to go in and try it, which, you know, that's fine too. We'll get through it together, but it's stressful. It's just one more thing for me to balance. You know, we've got the FAM awards tomorrow. Work is kind of getting a little crazy this week, and now I've got to read up on all these fights and be able to explain it to everyone. It's a lot. But that said, I'm so excited that we've got everyone together, man.
Yeah. I think it's the best part about it. It's like we started this expansion, there's only like a handful of us. But then as the expansion kept going, there was like, oh, so and so was invited, and I was like, what? Who's back in the guild now? That's awesome. And the kids kept stacking up. They brought their friends, and then more friends came along. Yeah. And it's been really cool being able to play with the same people that we've been playing with for a little while.
Definitely. I'd love to pull in some people that, because I know we've got other friends in the FAM community that play as well, that probably are in on different servers and in different guilds. But like someone that comes to mind is Sam. I would love to bring her in because I know she's her guild probably raids at a higher level than ours.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
but
I think they're like one of those mythic pushers and stuff.
Yeah, but it'd be cool to bring in like a guest raider.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Especially make it like a stream thing.
Yeah. It would be a lot of fun.
Would be cool. I don't know, man. I'm very happy with this expansion. I have no idea where it's going to go. But I love where it's starting.
It's just like it feels good. Like all in all, it just feels like a very like all the like the covenant abilities all feel fun. Like even during the leveling experience, you get to try every ability and class ability for the covenants, and it's just like being able to preview everything before deciding what you want to choose. Great choice on Blizzard's side with that leveling experience. And just the leveling experience alone is really fun too, because you're going through every zone. You're not really skipping anything. You have to go through all the story, which is cool too, so you understand what's going on. Lore-wise, which is pretty cool. But overall, man, it's just so fun. The abilities are satisfying, at least for me as a shaman. Like coming into this like completely new. I didn't read anything about dungeons, anything about abilities, nothing. I came into this completely fresh. And it's been a lot of fun.
It's you mentioned being able to try out all the different abilities as you level through the zones, and that was one of my favorite features. If only for the players that they might feel like, oh, I've got to research on Wowhead and see what's best for me. Instead of that, before you even have to make that choice, force people to have to try every single one. And then at that point, by the end, you're going to be like, oh, I really liked this one. Yeah. Before you've even looked up like which one's best, you're going to know in your heart, this is the one I want to go with. So hopefully that kind of mitigates some of the, oh, I guess I have to go Night Fae because that's what,
Yeah, that's my best one.
Yeah. I'm hoping that, we can only hope, man. Yeah, that's Shadowlands. That's Shadowlands in a 2-week nutshell.
Yeah. We leveled up, chose our covenants, did our Torghast, got our legendaries. Now we're getting ready for raid.
Yeah, it's the official start of season 1. So raids opened up this week. We have Mythic Plus dungeons, which are PvP. They're timed, so you have to try and do this dungeon within a time limit, and you get better rewards based on that, and they keep getting harder. You keep leveling up your keystone, and it makes the dungeon harder. And then, like Trey said, PvP season 1, and with some of the rewards between PvP and Mythic Plus and raids, like there's a lot that I know we all want to do. So we're going to be busy. And I think Trey's even going to stream raid nights.
Yep.
We're going to be trying that out, which depending on when I can get this out, since raid night's tonight, you probably won't be aware of it. But I'll try and get it up tomorrow, Thursday. So for those listening, you'll be able to tune in for our Thursday night raid. Which I don't know if we have as solid as of a group that I think we do, we might even full clear it. Who knows?
I think we will. I think we'll knock out. I think we'll at least get to the last boss. I think.
Tonight. Yeah, I think we've we've got a good head on our shoulders. We've got a lot of great players. We've got some newbies coming along that I think have some great I mean, people are so knowledgeable in the guild from different classes. So, hunters can learn from veteran hunters, and it's solid all around. So, look forward to those raid streams if you're interested. Want to see us plow through some content.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be fun.
Yep. Any closing thoughts on Shadowlands before we wrap this bad boy up?
I'm just hoping that they keep things fresh with Torghast. I think they really need to make it more interesting to go back to do it, which I'm hoping that's what Challenge 1's going to be.
Yep.
But man, I mean, I'm loving the dungeons. Are pretty fun. They're nice and short. Nothing's been like too crazy hard. But it's just been a lot of fun overall. I'm really enjoying it.
Yep, I agree. I hope they keep building on Torghast. As the expansion continues, add more wings as we get 9.1, 9.2 patches.
I think House of the Chosen's going to end up being a raid because it's just a huge part of Maldraxxus. I have a feeling they may do. It'd be cool if they did like a raid for every zone, but I may be asking for too much.
Yeah.
But I think lore-wise, yeah, definitely House of the Chosen's definitely going to be one of them.
That could be cool. I would love to see that, especially since I won't say anything on the podcast, but some people that I've seen show up in Maldraxxus, I could see them being a big part of that raid for sure. So
yep.
Hopefully
there's a certain someone.
So we'll see. So yeah, those are our thoughts on our first 2 weeks within the Shadowlands. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you are in Shadowlands, hopefully you're enjoying it as much as we are. If you're looking for a guild, hit us up. We'd love to have you along. And if you are new to WoW and you've got some questions for us, or maybe you're still iffy on it, definitely hit us up. I love getting people into WoW because it's something that's brought me so much fun and new friends into my life. I've been playing for over half my life now, which is
that's crazy to think about.
So if anyone has any questions, hit us up, whether it's comments, Discord, whatever you got to do, email, hit us up, and I'd love to answer any questions. I know Trey feels the same.
Yeah, same way. Yeah, let me know. If you want a PvP, hit me up. I'm down. I'm trying to learn it.
1v1.
1v1 me, bro. My elemental shaman, man, that's nothing to mess with, man. I chuck those meatballs at everybody. It's awesome.
Yeah, so in the meantime, check out Trey's point of view from our raids. That'll be Wednesday and Thursday nights, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
And also, since this will probably be
YouTube.
That'll be on YouTube. Where, I'll try and I should have specified that, but we're trying to diversify our content. So
yes,
check out some streams on Twitch and YouTube. We've got 2 great content creators, and each one kind of brings a different style of gameplay. So hopefully you check out Tim and Trey. I know Tim's going to be into a lot of Cyberpunk over the next coming weeks.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait till I get paid to get Cyberpunk. I want to get it right now. I really do, but I think I'm gonna have to hold off. So I won't be there for the day one hype, unfortunately. But
that's fair.
I'll be looking forward to watch Tim.
I don't think I'm gonna jump in day one either, just because I'm thinking I might be able to snag a card in the next couple days if everything works out well.
I hope so. I'm hoping for you.
I would really love to wait until I get like a 3090.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like how I am. I'm kind of in that same boat where I'm like, I really want to get on PC. I really, really do, but I'm never going to get a 30 card, and I have my PlayStation that I need to reset anyways. But yeah, I got my PlayStation. I got this for next gen. I might as well just get it on my PlayStation because that's the one next gen thing that I have. I'll eventually get a card, whether it's a 3060 Ti, 3070. Yep. If I happen to win a 3090 somehow or 3080, even better. But I'm thinking I'm gonna get it on PlayStation. I'm just hoping that it supports mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Actually, I have to hit up Paris on that.
That's my biggest thing.
He's doing his Q&A right now.
Oh yeah. I saw he was doing the early access stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope so, man. That's why. I mean, it definitely it's a mouse and keyboard game on my end. So that's what I'll be. That's what I'll be doing eventually.
We'll be talking about Cyberpunk later.
For sure. Yep. We'll dive into Cyberpunk later on. But for those that are listening to this on Thursday, December 10th, The FAM Awards are tonight. I hope you guys tune in for it. It's one of the we love it every year. It's something that we basically get to do a pre-show for the Game Awards, which is always fun. We go over our choices, we go over the community's choices, and then kind of dive into what we want to see from these world premieres from the Game Awards.
Jeff Keighley, if you're listening,
right,
we love you, man. Check out our show. Just it's a good time, man. It's a good time.
It's going to be a good time. Either we're the pre-show for the Game Awards or they're the post-show for us,
Yeah, I like to say that. The post-show for the FAM Awards.
Yeah, tune in for the post-show with the Game Awards. It'll be good.
FAM Awards featuring Game Awards, the video game
so
awards.
if you're listening to this after they've already aired, we'll put them up on YouTube so you guys can rewatch if you want. Because after the FAM Awards, we're going to be co-streaming the Game Awards.
Yep.
So we'll be watching the world premieres right alongside you guys. So looking forward to it. But again, thank you guys so much for the support as always. Thanks for listening. It's hard to believe this year is almost over. Please let it be almost over.
Yes. Please be good to us.
Please be good.
2021, please.
Yeah. In the meantime, I know I keep saying, I've said in the meantime, I don't know how many times, but just to wrap things up for real this time, if you guys have any FAM mail questions that you want to ask, we've got that channel set up in Discord now. We'd love to answer those on our next episode, whatever that might be covering, or just let us know what you'd like us to talk about next episode. Always open to new ideas. I think it's always interesting when one of us doesn't come up with the topic, because then we're all kind of going into it a little blind.
Yeah. I love those.
Yeah, it's always a good time. So yeah, that's it for episode 80. Make sure you follow for more episodes, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Be safe, wear a mask, happy holidays. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to FAMcast. Be sure to subscribe for the latest episodes and follow us on Twitch, Twitter, and our other socials at For All Manakind.